hello. How are you? Where have you been? It has been a while, hasn't it? But we are here. Welcome to another episode of the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Meetings of the Minds in partnership with BronxNet Television. Each episode is designed to highlight the work of each member, partners, and the businesses that are working to empower the Hispanic community. That's right, empower each and every one of us. In the next 15 minutes, you will get to know the amazing human beings behind the businesses, within the businesses, and the resources they have to help us grow. But more importantly, you will see firsthand who supports our community and get a clear understanding of who you need to support. That's right, it goes both ways, and it's going to take all of us to make sure that our businesses grow and thrive. I know you agree with that. You see, each and every one of us want to make sure that our families are good, right? That our families are good, not just for today or tomorrow, but for generations to come. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Adan Morales and Vanessa Villanueva, partners at Moravilla, Inc. They are licensed real estate brokers under the umbrella of Keller Williams. Let's learn about how they are leveraging real estate through entrepreneurship to help their communities secure generational wealth for their families. Hola, Adan y Vanessa, ¿cómo están? And how is the family?
Amazing. Thank you so much for having us, and our family's doing well. Many blessings for sure.
Yep. We're happy to be here.
We are happy to have you. Let me ask you, what made you decide to go into real estate and why Keller Williams?
So amazing question. I guess I'll start it off. So
she started first, so yeah. I guess she should go first.
So naturally. So I have about 14 years in the business. I'm a second generational realtor. My mom was in the business as well, pioneering during the early 90s. And it was just naturally something that I gravitated to. There was so much power and just so much momentum and so much love and care into what she did for all these years that it was just amazing and impactful to see, the impression that she left in her communities. So I just kind of carried that over. And then when we started our relationship and our business together, it's just grown tremendously since then.
Yes. And I think for me, not being the second generational realtor that she is, I fell in love, honestly, before even the real estate, was the idea of being an entrepreneur. The idea that we could start something that could actually be of benefit to not only us and our family, but the community overall. And I'm definitely in love with that about it.
Yes, absolutely.
Listen, I'm already loving this dynamic duo. Okay, I absolutely appreciate husband and wife teams. My mom and dad are exactly that, a team. My husband and I are exactly that, a team. And it really takes that example to take our communities and families to the next level. What makes you both like a brilliant dynamic duo? What's your secret?
Well, I think I'll take this one.
Yeah.
I think that to say it best, my biggest weaknesses are her biggest strengths. Mm-hmm. And I remember when we first started in the business, it was like, I'm going to be the best realtor and you're going to be the best realtor. But we realized a few months in, like, wait a second, the best realtor is not either one of us. It's us combined.
Yeah.
So learning what that meant and how to mesh that into what we are today has been literally a superpower.
Yeah, and we learned very early on is that this isn't a transactional relationship that you have in this business. It's 100% built on the relationships. There's transactions in the process, but it's just combining our experiences, our language, like just in general, and the resources that we have just helps us push our business along.
Absolutely.
At this point, as you build a business, you really have no choice but to even bring some work home, right? And sometimes some couples don't want to cross that line. But for this particular reason, I have to ask this question because I know it takes a lot of work. So I know work had to go home. You are now a certified business enterprise, right? What was the process like for you? How long did it take? And why was it important for you to take that route?
So I'm assuming you're referencing the MWBE, correct?
That's correct.
Minority Business Entity. So, I mean, I think first and foremost, you need to become a business, right? And understand that you need to treat what you do and make it into a system where it becomes an actual business, a profitable one. After doing that for a few years, we had everything in place that we needed in order to qualify and to be validated with that certification.
Yeah, and we just we're in a position that we just continue dreaming bigger and bigger. And with this certification, it'll allow us to be a local business in the Bronx where there's so much opportunities literally rising along the landscape here, and that we can have an opportunity to work in.
Yeah.
So it provides an additional opportunity and another resource for us to tap into in our community.
Yeah. And I think it's also another way for us to give back to the community, because one of the things that we definitely look forward to doing is helping other businesses get the certification, right? Because it is not easy. But like anything worth having, like a home, you have to work hard for it. And in the long run, it is well worth it. So we definitely want to become kind of like an advocate, in partnership with the chamber, where we can maybe reach out to other entrepreneurs that are qualified, but have no idea how to go about the process and get the wheels rolling for them.
And there's tons of resources out there. I think it's just a little, just a little complicated along the way, but Adan dedicated himself for a few months to find out all the avenues, all the people you needed to connect with, and they were just beyond helpful and supportive.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of opportunities, just for those who may not be familiar with what this certification means, right? And the bidding for opportunities, what kind of opportunities do you see coming your way, or what type of opportunities would you be applying for or bidding for?
So one thing I always tell people is when you go into the process of getting an MBWE, don't get fixated on the exact opportunity at the moment, right? It's more of a scenario where when the opportunity comes, you want to make sure you have it, right? Because then it might be too late to start getting it.
Mm-hmm.
And to give you an example of how it works, I'll use the JFK project. That's a perfect example. Multi-billion-dollar project full of contracts that are coming from all over the place. So under the guidelines of the city and the state, whoever's in charge of that project has to maintain a 30% contract. 30% of the contracts have to be given to people with this certification. So for example, out of a $10 billion project, $3 billion of that one could, theoretically say should be going towards MBW and MBWEs, right? And that's really what it's about. It's about just making sure that when you submit your application, if you do have the certification, that you are getting that extra push, giving you more of an opportunity to be involved in what something normally you might not have gotten involved in.
And obviously for our focus being real estate, we would love to be involved in a project that's being constructed, on maybe doing the marketing, doing the resale, doing some of the certifications for the low income tax credits, obtaining the land, being involved in those conversations from the very beginning and throughout the project.
This is so important to just really educate our community in this. You're right. These are like billion-dollar projects. And it is important for us as a Hispanic community to get these opportunities to then make this money to then hire within our community, which is also part of the generational wealth.
Absolutely.
Right. And not only that, but it gives you guys, and it gives us, all of us, an important component, which is a giving back, a social responsibility. So I want to talk to you about that. You're not just reaching families through the work that you're doing, and not adult families. You're also reaching our kids. Talk to us about how you're helping our kids.
So this is definitely a passion project for the both of us.
Yep.
But for a long time now, we've invested our time and our resources to do homeowner workshops on a bilingual platform to adults. But we, through some of our organizations that we are affiliated with,
shout out to Olga,
and to Strive Higher, they brought to light, like, hey, if we educate our kids from a much earlier age about these topics, we can empower them now to have conversations at the dinner table with their family, to know that as they get older and, enter high school, when they start working and therefore into college, they'll know what credit is and how important it is and what an impact it has as you get older and you start making more lifelong commitments with that in mind. So we did an event in April this past year, and it was amazing. We had almost 40 families here, where we sat down with kids. We partnered up with the New York City Hispanic Chambers of Commerce and Chase, and we had like a little bodega for the Bronx. And we had the all the necessities and goodies, and we talked to the kids about, we read them 2 books, M is for Money and Your Home, My Home. And we talked about what different houses look like, right? Just because you walk by a building doesn't mean it's just for rent. You can own a co-op or a condo. You can own a house as well. Learning what key words are, like budget, money, credit, interest, and just got them more involved and a little bit more excited about it. They got to shop around, so it was amazing.
Vanessa, I'm excited. I can feel that excitement coming this way. And it's so important what you're doing. You're giving us the opportunity not just to dream, but through the work that you're doing, you're telling us that dreams are possible. So now it's our turn to do something for you, which is the last question I'm going to ask you. How do we support you to make sure your business continues to thrive? And how do we get in contact with you?
Amazing. So naturally, you can reach out to us on any of our social media platforms, including Instagram and Facebook, being our primary at Moravilla NYC. We have our website, which is always evolving to include additional resources at www.moravilla.com. And obviously, the standard traditional ways via email and phone. But really just spreading the word, get involved, see a workshop and you may think, oh, I'm not ready. Well, how do you know you're not ready if you don't know what you're waiting, you're ready for? Just attend the workshops, bring a friend, buddy up, and
get educated.
Yeah, just get educated, really empower yourself, and remove that taboo a little bit. I can't.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, both of you. Adan, Vanessa. Vanessa is my middle name, by the way. Not everybody knows that, but now that we're cool, it's a great name. It's a great name. But it's about, the network, right? If you're not a member of the New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, definitely become one. It's so easy. Just visit www.hispanicchamber.nyc. Follow us on LinkedIn. The whole name spelled out, New York City Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. It is an absolute pleasure to be back with Meetings of the Minds in partnership with BronxNet. Until next time, my friends, signing out, Sulma Arzu-Brown.